On a warm July night, everything felt extremely calm, except for the chirping of the crickets. A Reddit user named Lon Butterfly was sitting in a house when a sudden loud crash caught her attention. Knowing that the sound came from her own garage, she took out her phone to check what her security camera had recorded, and what she saw sent a chill down her spine. The garage camera captured a strange anomaly above her car, a strangely shaped mass sliding across the windshield and appearing to float over the roof of the vehicle. It seemed to sway from side to side, with a creepy and fluid movement that he had never seen before. This Reddit user then went to her garage to take a look for herself, but when she opened the door, the figure had disappeared. There was no smoke or fog that she could see, and there was no insect near the camera. What could this peculiar mass be? Why was it caressing her car? Now is the time. You have only 5 seconds to subscribe and like this video. If you don't do it, this entity will visit you tonight. A chilling post appeared in the Paranormal Encounter subreddit from a user named Technostroke who was looking for answers to a disturbing event. On November 10th, after visiting his father's house, the user returned home late at night. A loud bang echoed as he entered. As he moved forward cautiously, he realized that the noise was coming from one of his tools, which had inexplicably turned on. Completely confused, he checked the security camera footage, and what he saw gave him nightmares for several nights. An electric blower had remained untouched on the floor all day, however, without any warning. Suddenly it tipped over and turned on as if an invisible hand had done it. Even more unsettling is that the footage revealed several orbs drifting around the room. At that moment, one in particular headed straight toward the blower just moments before it fell. When the man entered the room and saw the tool lying on the floor, the first thing he did was touch it, and he noticed it was really hot to the touch. Completely puzzled, he could only look at it and scratch his head, since he had never seen anything like that happen before. A woman named Cher has been in the market to buy a new house. She found one that interested her and decided to meet with her real estate agent to visit it. Inside, the two met, and she started exploring the interior of the house while recording a video to show her husband later. But when she watched the video again, she realized that she had captured something she couldn't explain. To that bathroom? And that goes. He opened the storage room door and saw movement behind the fridge. There you can clearly see what appears to be the head of a person entering the room. But Cher walked to that side of the room and there was no one to be found. The only way in or out was this door, which stayed completely closed. Cher didn't notice that figure at the time and claims that she and her real estate agent were the only two people inside the house. What do you think it was? Share your thoughts in the comments. A woman named Kathy frequently shares videos on TikTok showing her followers her daily life and also that of her family. In some of these videos, Kathy collaborates with brands. Well, for a collaboration with a specific brand, Kathy gathered her family to help her record a video. But when she later reviewed the footage, she felt a chill run down her spine because in an apparently normal video, there was something hidden that froze her blood. At the door behind the sofa, you can see a peculiar shadow moving around the place. This silhouette was moving slowly from left to right, going unnoticed by the family. What is incredibly strange is that everyone who was in the house at that moment was in view of the camera. Another thing to keep in mind is that when this creepy shadow passed by, only the two children on the right were moving slightly, leaving us with the question, who or what was casting the shadow? In recent months, I have been a loyal follower of the amazing TikTok account called Darkcha, run by a woman named Rosanna. The video she shares can only be described as a chilling piece of evidence of a real haunting unfolding before her. Rosanna says a dark, malevolent force has entered her house, causing havoc and tormenting her mercilessly. The unsettling sight of objects moving on their own and unexplained noises have forced her to leave her house on several occasions. Now that she has returned, she is trying by all means to lead a normal life. But when she sets up a video projector to test it before giving it to her children, things quickly get complicated as the malevolent entity seems to return. Rosanna started recording immediately after hearing a strange noise coming from the chimney. When she did, a book was thrown off the shelf. In response, she grabbed her cross and began to pray, but these prayers seemed to irritate the entity, which let out a creepy voice. While Rosanna frantically tried to turn off the projector, the objects in the room began to move. She struggled to stay calm before collapsing to the floor, unable to move. This alarming activity doesn't seem to stop in any way. At this point, I think her best option is to leave that place. A paranormal investigator named Danny from the YouTube channel Spirit World Paranormal went out with his team to investigate the Greene County Poorhouse, located in Pennsylvania. This institution was created in the 19th century to provide care and shelter to the poor, elderly, or mentally ill who could not support themselves. Many of the residents were mistreated, some were beaten, and some were even tortured. Among the ghost stories told about the Greene County Asylum are sightings of ghosts, disembodied voices, and unexplained sounds. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported hearing footsteps in the hallways when alone and experiencing sudden temperature drops. Some have even claimed to feel an invisible presence watching them, or even to witness shadowy figures moving out of the corner of their eyes. To start the investigation, Danny and his team set up several static cameras throughout the building, and before they knew it, they captured something strange. We heard something up here making noise. It looks like they found something in the middle of the floor. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. What are the chances? I would really say that you found something. With no one around, a nearby REM pod on the ground mysteriously activated. And after the team hurried up the stairs to take a closer look, the device started to sound again, letting them know that someone or something was nearby. The team stayed on this floor while trying to make contact, but when they finally reached the first floor, they made a creepy discovery.
Oh, bro, I hurried.
It turned off.
What? Yeah, we saw it on... I showed you it was recording.
Yeah, before that. Did anyone down here?
Turn off the camera?
Is there anyone down here with us? Is there anyone down here with us?
After Casey discovered that his camera had turned off, he started recording again. But strangely, at the exact same moment the POD upstairs started to sound, his camera once again turned off completely by itself. Danny started asking questions through an app called GhostTube, which allows you to listen to spirits. But as soon as the answers started coming in, the static camera upstairs caught something chilling.
Why are you here?
To talk to you.
With me?
Yes, you... Who are you? Dude, that was like instant one after another.
No, those were like footsteps, man. That was someone running up and down a hallway.
Who's running upstairs?
The team fell silent, just looking at each other after hearing footsteps moving above them. And after asking who was moving upstairs, a disembodied voice seemed to respond. Later, a team went down to the dungeon, but while they were in the dark, things got even stranger.
Hey. The Pavo tube won't turn on.
I felt a little dizzy.
Yeah?
Yes. So, oh no, this camera doesn't work either.
What's going on with the cameras?
It has battery. It should have recorded for about half an hour. I've used this so many times, it's recorded for like 60 minutes before.
A terrifying and dark voice seemed to speak from the darkness, saying, "We will meet in hell." No one was near that floor when this voice was captured. Who or what could have left this disturbing message? A TikTok user named Kuro works at United Parcel Service. He often ends up alone at night in a truck-filled parking lot. Sometimes, after locking his truck and crossing the lot, strange sounds seem to echo from the surrounding shadows. He has so much experience that he made a TikTok to discuss it, but accidentally captured something strange while recording.
You can't trust these things. You have to be careful because every time I'm here, I hear a lot of strange noises. Things open up inside the van. Can you see what I'm telling you? Don't mess with that. It's crazy.
Yes.
After closing the vehicle, he turned around, and when he did, the interior door somehow suddenly opened. This door was properly closed and shouldn't be able to open by itself. The timing of this makes the event even stranger, since just moments after turning back toward the truck, the door opened. At this point, I was completely ready to get out of there, but as I was leaving, more strange sounds came from the truck.
Don't mess with me, bro. This is crazy.
This creepy video makes us wonder if this UPS truck could be haunted, or if it's just a creepy hoax. On TikTok, a woman named Kaylee has an account called The Green Mansion. Each video revolves around her 261-year-old house, a beautiful old home that was built in 1763. According to Kaylee, a few months after moving in, she and her husband started having strange experiences they couldn't explain. She has noticed that most of the activity happens in her husband's office and upstairs in general. This couple often hears disembodied footsteps that sound like someone is slowly walking around them. She has noticed that jewelry suddenly disappears and her door closes completely on its own. When this activity intensifies, the woman does her best to capture on video what is happening. Watch closely.
I'm in the dining room organizing some Christmas things. Don't judge me, I'm home alone, of course, because my husband went out to run literally an errand that's going to take him like 20 minutes. And I swear I'm hearing I don't know, some kind of noise coming from upstairs in the Airbnb. No, we don't have any guests up there right now. Even Susanna is relaxing here with me, and she's looked at the ceiling too, confirming I'm not crazy. And I swear it's coming from my husband's office, because this room is notorious for hearing things. From above the ceiling. Oh my god, absolutely not. Did you hear that, guys? Now that I'm up here, I don't hear anything, but I know I'm not crazy since Susanna was also looking around. And sometimes people have asked me, do you ever feel like someone is watching you or that someone is up there with you? Yes, sometimes I feel like literally someone is following me, which I know sounds crazy, but it's not. Okay. She is going to finish the loop, and then we're going to go back downstairs. Okay. I think it is to be expected that everything is fine.
Shortly after Kaylee set foot in her husband's office, the floorboards above her began to creak as if someone was slowly walking around. Full of courage, the woman went upstairs to investigate where these unsettling sounds were coming from, but she couldn't find any answers. Due to all the activity in the attic, she decided to install a camera. One night, she received a notification from this camera, and what she saw left her completely horrified. Watch! In the footage, you can see how the attic door opens along with a creepy creak, only to close again moments later. This unsettling sighting left Kaylee worried about the possibility that something dark was lurking around her house, and what she managed to capture on camera next made her heart pound. When Kaylee opened the attic, she tied a rope to a hook to keep the door open. She explored the dark room, but when she went back down the stairs, she came face to face with the attic door now being closed. The rope that hung from the door handle, which a minute before had been attached to a hook, was now hanging loose. This chilling event caused her a lot of anxiety. The woman looked around, hoping to find an explanation for how it was possible that the door was closed. But she was completely alone upstairs and couldn't figure out how that rope could have slipped off that hook. I have to admit that Kaylee is very brave to go into this attic because I wouldn't even get close. The mysteries of the unknown. They often manifest in the most unexpected places, even during an apparently routine night shift. At the local Target store, Reddit user The Zombie Beyond You shared a disturbing photograph that leaves many questioning the limits of the supernatural. The story begins with the uploader and his manager working the night shift at the local Target store. While they were wandering through the aisles, they decided to take a picture of the dimly lit store. But what they didn't know is that this simple act would trigger a very disturbing chain of events. After taking the picture, the pair heard an unusual noise that gave them chills. It wasn't the typical alarm or store sound they were used to. Instead, it sounded like a telephone ringing. To make things more unsettling, the lights of the parked car randomly turned on even though no one was nearby. This bewildering sequence of events led both employees to leave the store. However, their unease persisted as they tried to make sense of what had just happened. Even stranger, they noticed a strong breeze push the main door open, which was unusual. The Target store in question is relatively new, built in 2010 on land that was previously undeveloped. The person who uploaded the video also mentioned the historical context of South Dakota, where Native American lands were taken, which raised questions about possible connections to the paranormal. The photograph itself, when examined more closely, reveals a pair of shadowy legs that are eerily positioned at the end of one of the store's aisles. This particular detail has left viewers completely divided. Some see it as evidence of the supernatural, while others attribute it to pareidolia. Our tendency to see familiar shapes in random patterns, regardless of each person's perspective. It can't be denied that the user and his manager had a chilling experience that night, reminding us that the world of the unexplainable can infiltrate the most unexpected places, even in the dimly lit aisles of a retail store. In this video by TikTok user Trintovax Trentators, we see something that may prove contact from beyond is possible. When he passed away, the woman's father, who is seen on the right, bought a snow globe to remember him. The elements seem to have stopped working, but notice what happens as she celebrates New Year's with her mother. Suddenly, the snow globe starts playing a melody. Could it be that the woman's father is trying to get in touch with his family? Although the whole situation could simply be a remarkable coincidence, one must always ask, what was the moment? Whatever the reason, it seems that the most important thing is that the woman and her mother received a sense of comfort during this time of togetherness.
I haven't done that. I haven't twisted it. That hasn't worked. That's my dad's snow globe. We designed it to be my dad.
During a stormy night, the team of explorers called the Ouija brothers investigate an old house. With the reputation that not a single person can stay for more than a day, pay attention.
Hello? Oh no, it's like a greenhouse. Oh, it's hot in here.
Isn't it?
Yes.
To be fair, today is windy and cold.
There's another one of those egg white remnants. What's that car sound? I got it. In the middle of nowhere, by the way.
Is that roof designed to be like that?
Yes, that's the design. Look at the chimney.
It's very good.
That's just how everything is designed.
It's like a small and peculiar farm. Is that solid?
Solid enough, but we're not walking on the highway. Are you heading to the attic? Bring your camera since it's small. Have you been there? No, we haven't.
Have you been there before?
It's small upstairs.
I'll say this. Look at the bathroom. It lacks the awful features we usually see. Except for the flight.
Is he talking nonsense?
We haven't even started yet, Spirit. What we're going to do is bring out the big ones. We're going to go in the dark because we're losing light. And we really don't want to be here with all the lights on.
What was that? I hadn't heard that noise before.
Oh my god, it scared me, but that's obvious since it's windy.
First, the men hear loud banging, then one device gives a clear response. Keep watching.
Oh no. Anything?
No. Just a little.
Yes? Because I thought it was a car passing by. But then no, I was waiting, waiting for the car, and there was nothing.
Yeah.
And there was nothing.
Well, yeah.
So, what will we do?
Well, yeah. So what are we going to do, guys?
We came here with low expectations. And that's not because of you or anything. We just know how rare it is to capture the paranormal on camera. Or to experience it, wow.
What?
Did you hear that? That was like...
What did he say?
I don't know. It was like something crawling on the ground. He shares the pain 100%. Okay, Espiritu.
He didn't ask us to leave.
He did.
Ghost Tube told us to leave.
Now I did ask, and what it said...
Please leave.
Wait, where can I stand?
Leave.
No, yours says leave here, mine says leave. That's how it was, right?
Yes. Then...
And I'm just talking about leaving.
Later, the men hear a whisper and something dragging across the floor, but the night isn't over yet. Watch.
You've mentioned leaving, why would you want us to?
Knife.
What?
Knife. For some reason, does he want us to leave? You said knife? Is someone going to hurt us with a knife? It's starting up.
Yes. How long will you watch this? It's very windy. Earlier we were struggling with the drone. We have gone up the stairs.
Daughter.
The ghost tube is starting. It just said daughter. What is the meaning behind the word daughter? Is there something connected to this house with that word?
Oh, it's good. Yes, it's really good. So if you want a scary experience, come here in the wind and pretend that the wind isn't air.
Finally, the men hear loud bangs. What or who could be lurking beyond the reach of these investigators' cameras? In a disturbing series of events, this person wakes up after hearing the persistent meowing of his cat. Worried by her cat's odd behavior, the woman investigates and uncovers something disturbing on her porch. Let's take a look. She finds clear footprints marked on her porch. What's creepy is there are no footprints showing this person walked away, which has left the woman wondering who could have been responsible. Maybe it's a nighttime visitor who simply took a different path back, or is there something more sinister hiding in the darkness of the night?
In this video, a young woman goes to her backyard to bring in clothes from the clothesline.
She didn't know something was watching her from the neighbor's fence.
Let's watch.
After seeing the footage, the family asked neighbors if they knew what it was.
But unfortunately, they were just as confused as the family, so they've considered the possibility that it might be something paranormal.
What do you think? The user who posted this video says he got a phone alert from the security camera. It had captured someone standing in front of his store entrance. At that moment, it was midnight, so alarmed, he immediately checked the video, and this is what he saw. Let's take a look. The user said this figure wasn't caused by a trick of the light. They've never seen an insect like this, so they think it could be a ghost at midnight.
Thomas shared this video recorded during an investigation in the early 2000s.
On this occasion, he and his friends were exploring the inside of an abandoned school near his hometown.
Apparently, they found exactly what they were looking for.
Let's watch.
Reviewing the footage, we see what seems to be a woman's silhouette in the dark, but this remains unconfirmed.
What do you think happened here?
A Reddit user posted this video in the paranormal section.
Well, he noticed something very strange in one of the latest episodes of the show American Pickers, Season 22, Episode 12. At that moment, the team explored an abandoned building. In the footage, a barely visible strange figure appears in a hallway.
However, the footage looks clearer after the man recorded it with his phone.
A ghostly figure appeared on the right side of the hallway, clearly not a staff member.
Let's take a look. The truth is, the figure has a strange appearance, and it's very hard to see clearly what it is. But could it be a ghost?
The truth is, it's strange for someone to be walking in the middle of the darkness without any light. For that reason, many people believe it's a paranormal activity. Tell me your opinion in the comments. A Russian explorer posted a video of his nighttime excursions in the middle of a snow-covered field. In the video, we see the explorer walking through thick snow, seemingly searching for something. The first part of the video doesn't show anything out of the ordinary for the most part. Let's observe. Amid the vegetation, a figure with glowing eyes watches the explorer for a long time.
The person recording stays calm and holds the camera steady.
But despite this, the question about this figure remains a mystery. Also, what is it doing with these fields? It could have been stalking the user, or maybe it's just a joke. We really don't know, it's strange. This man claims that something paranormal is happening in his house. Many paranormal events tend to happen in the middle of the night. Let's watch.
Get to the top. Holy cow.
Something chilling. It looked like it stood in the shower, its head sticking out. However, the moment the man enters the bathroom, the figure disappears completely. The truth is that the event leaves us with more questions than answers. Now we will see updates on the case of the security guard named Tim Saber, who after starting his new job has been experiencing many strange events at his workplace. His facilities experience frequent paranormal activity, though the reason is unknown. This was one of the first encounters that the man managed to capture with his phone. Let's take a look. And in the footage, we can see a pair of pale feet peeking out from under one of the bathroom stalls. Interestingly, Tim says he never saw them enter. He only noticed them after inspecting the area for a few seconds. By that point, the man was already very scared, so he decided to keep recording these incidents on video. One night, the man heard and recorded a noise echoing through a large maintenance area. Let's listen. This eerie noise comes with a locker door opening on its own. These events became routine for him and were often marked by loud bangs. One night, curiosity led the man into a storage room filled with forgotten objects. The paranormal activity increases here. Let's watch closely. First, a mannequin falls. A glass suddenly shatters, intensifying the fear as a woman screams and a chilling roar follows. At this point, many agreed that Tim was dealing with something demonic and that these events could become very dangerous for him. The images clearly showed someone at the end of the hallway. The man said it wasn't human. In these photos from another night, the man appears to have captured shadowy hands emerging from nowhere, or another plane. After the event, the man filed a report because he felt unable to handle the situation. Who could blame him? The man decided to film his last night as a security guard, eager to leave it all behind. On his last day, whatever haunted this place ensured the man would never forget that night. The footage shows a woman-like figure sitting in a corner, appearing to make eye contact with Tim. The recording ends abruptly, leaving us with the mystery of what happened next.
Tim's fate and the truth behind these events remain a complete mystery.
It's likely that we'll never know the full story, that we'll never know the truth behind all of this. That's why it's pretty strange. What do you think about it?
The man in the following recording was relaxing on his couch when suddenly the door in the back opened by itself.
To this day, the man has no explanation as to what could have caused this. A Twitter user posted this chilling case after noticing that his security camera captured images on several occasions of a shadowy figure who, well, was lurking outside his apartment door. This happened every night for a month. They reported this to the authorities, but the officers did little to keep this person away. Let's observe. In one recording, the man's speech is audible but unclear. Though his intentions are unclear, it's still sinister behavior.
It's indicative that, well, he intended to do something very bad.
The viewers emphasize the importance of staying vigilant in case this man might return at some point. It remains unknown whether this event is still happening or has ended. Let's hope that's not the case, that this person has left the place as soon as possible. This is a recording captured by a security camera installed in an old apartment complex. In the footage, we will see 3 residents who enter an elevator at different times and on different floors. The camera seems to be able to capture something that, well, seems to be waiting in the corners of the elevator. When the first woman exits the elevator, nothing unusual is visible. After the second person calls the elevator to the 4th floor, she enters and starts going down to the 1st floor. While this is happening, a woman on the 2nd floor calls the elevator.
It is at that moment that a humanoid figure appears out of nowhere, standing in one of the corners of the elevator.
The elevator closes and goes up to the 2nd floor where the woman waits. At that moment, it appears empty. When the woman gets off on the 1st floor, it's clear the strange figure has already vanished, which is unsettling.
A security camera filmed this video, which was later recorded on a phone by a staff member at an old bar in the United Kingdom.
There have long been reports of spirits seen inside the place. Sometimes, poltergeist events happen after closing hours when the property is empty.
One night, one of the staff members noticed something very strange and later shared the incident with his co-workers.
In camera 2, there's something unusual. A light resembling mist moving down the hallway. The cleaning staff was able to confirm that these were not cobwebs on the camera lens.
That's why many people believe this is real paranormal activity.
This video was recorded by Fernando Victori, who works at the train station.
The station itself is apparently haunted, or at least that's what many witnesses claim. However, these stories are usually false and just urban legends meant to scare people. Fernando works at night parking the trains in their place along with his colleagues, in addition to solving technical problems that may arise. The men usually wear GoPro cameras on their heads for safety measures during the night rounds. One night, Fernando was walking in the station and was passing by some train cars, along with some of his colleagues. The men say it was impossible for anyone outside to be on the train tracks at that hour, as it was already very late. However, his camera captured something strange. Let's watch closely. The footage shows a figure, likely a woman with long hair, leaning out from a train car. All the train cars were empty and secured from the outside for inspection. So to this day, no one has been able to explain how it's possible that someone is inside.
This has led many to believe that it is one of the entities mentioned in the local urban legends.
If it's not a prank, there's no logical explanation. It's odd Fernando didn't react then.
He may not have seen the figure, but all signs suggest the event on camera is paranormal.
But of course, what do you think? This video was recorded around 3 in the morning by the owner of this residence.
The man says that at that moment he was sleeping and only saw the footage after realizing he had received a notification on his phone.
After reviewing the recordings, he was surprised. The footage shows the woman trying several keys in the house door lock, and she even looks around in case someone is hiding nearby. The owner, who had never seen her before, later reported the woman threw rocks at his vehicle and tried to force the lock.
The woman was likely under the influence, as she kept trying to insert keys into the doorbell's surveillance camera.
After a few minutes, the woman walked away and never returned to the property. A man from Fresno posted the following video. Apparently, his wife's camera sent an alert notification to his phone. Something seemed to be moving in his backyard. At that very moment, this was captured. Let's observe. The man speculates that it could have been the Fresno Nightcrawler, since it's said that this creature usually roams around this particular area. While this girl was filming funny videos, something creepy happened. The girls appeared to be singing. However, when they turn the camera, they capture the figure of an old man resembling her late grandfather. Watch closely. It's a chilling image. How would you feel seeing something like that?
This video was posted by Manuel, owner of a local trucking business in Oklahoma.
He said one of his employees captured something disturbing one night while driving on the highways to deliver a load. The man was so scared that he decided to contact the manager immediately.
The driver saw something on the road, stopped to check if anyone was hurt, but found no signs anyone had been there.
In the footage, we can see that it's a figure of a girl, an old-fashioned girl, of course. It's impossible for a girl to be alone at that hour on the dark road, so it's believed to be a ghostly figure. Honestly, there's no other explanation.
This video was recorded by an urban explorer who decided to share his short adventure on the Rafiki channel.
The man has also posted many videos of his daily activities there. However, this is one of his most interesting videos. One night, the man found an abandoned house, though its location was unclear. He doesn't see himself as a paranormal investigator, so he didn't expect to find anything creepy that night. The man enters the house and unexpectedly finds something decaying in a room. The man claims he saw a shadowy figure against the wall, flickering to him. However, the camera couldn't capture that effect. At first, it looks like this thing is facing the wall, then it turns and runs toward the man. Despite how chilling the footage is, we haven't been able to determine if that shadow is paranormal in nature, or if it's just a very bad joke. The following video was posted on Reddit by a concerned father who says he woke up one night after receiving a security alert from his outdoor camera. When he checked the footage, he saw the terrifying incident. Let's watch! A clown approaches the door and stares at the camera, apparently trying to scare the homeowners. The family still can't forget the terrifying event. The next night, another clown showed up at the same house. But this time, the person approaches the property through the back door. Could it just be a disturbed person trying to bother the neighbors? Is this more than a simple prank? Share your thoughts in the comments.
This video was posted by the owner of a house who says that their doorbell camera captured this event one night.
The footage shows a terrifying man approaching the house's door, which has many objects on the porch. And from the man's behavior, it seems that his intention was to steal them. After a while, the man is seen leaving with some objects as well as a kind of saber. The truth is, it was a very frightening event. The following videos were filmed inside a Russian apartment.
TikTok user Zakir1980 is convinced poltergeist events are occurring here.
The man installed a hallway security camera, hoping recording and posting events online would help him find answers. These events occur day and night and seem to be very powerful. Let's watch the footage. Let's hope the man finds answers and figures out how to handle what's happening in this apartment. Some commenters think it might be a paranormal force. Well, this is about strings. This would be real if it weren't for fishing lines. Although, of course, we really have no idea what's going on here. A strange creature was filmed in the forest.
At first it looks like a Sasquatch, but a closer look shows it's actually a canine cousin. Many viewers believe it's a hound, and I understand their reasoning. The creature looks a lot like a husky. And you know what I mean, right? This has also led some people in the paranormal community to say that we might be dealing with a werewolf. There are also those who believe this is a hoax. Yes, by some, I mean a lot of people who are skeptical. But what do you all think? Could this be a werewolf? This recording was captured by a camera on a road in Wessex, England. In it, we see a strange creature caught on video. Oddly, these cameras sometimes capture wildlife. But tonight's video is different. Let's watch the footage. We see a busy road and suddenly a strange creature crosses from left to right.
What is so strange about this figure are its legs and the way they bend inward.
This has led many to believe that it is an unknown creature.
Some say that this creature has a humanoid shape, so they believe it could be a shapeshifter. But, well, it's very difficult to find out the truth. What do you think? In this video, we present a mystery without an answer. An owner who had just bought the land decided to fly the drone over his property to check it out.
Once the drone was airborne, it scanned the area and discovered something truly unusual.
In the middle of the property's forest, there was an abandoned house. The side of the house, in the middle of nowhere, far from civilization, scared him. He started asking questions. No one knows who owns the house, but it's clearly abandoned and crumbling. Who knows what happened there? Personally, this house gives me a bit of the chills. It's a typical house from those horror movies. But of course, nothing good comes out of here. What do you think? In the heart of the forest, where local beliefs meet mystery, we explore a chilling story. The video shows two motorcyclists enjoying a beautiful day until things take a sudden dark turn. When they encounter a trap set for them, they quickly avoid the danger. But questions arise. Who would conspire against them to trap them like this? Is there someone else who wants to harm them?
A part of me feels that maybe it was a trap for an animal, but who knows?
Maybe there's someone crazy trying to hurt people. It's possible they disarmed the trap at that moment, but what do you think? Do you think this is scarier than a ghost? As we consider what might be in the forest, let's look at these images of a familiar creature. But for those who are just joining, let me tell you that this creature is a Bigfoot. It is said that this creature is paranormal, with features that resemble both apes and humans. They inhabit the mountains and forests. This footage of the creature was recorded at a trail camp. This dark-furred giant, standing over 2 meters tall, moves gracefully through the open field with its head down.
There have been times when people organize Bigfoot sightings just for fun, whether it was a person in disguise, CEGI. We don't really know, but it's definitely quite interesting to see. Bear, what do you think about it?
During an eclipse on October 4th, 2023, someone managed to capture not only the usual spectacle of the sun and the moon, but also another bright sphere that was behind the sun.
Do you see it? Can you guess its name?
Well, supposedly it's called Nibiru. I know you might be confused, so let's dive into the Nibiru conspiracy theory. The conspiracy alleges a rogue planet named Nibiru, also known as Planet X. Supposedly, it's heading straight for Earth, bringing all kinds of disasters with it, but here's the thing.
Scientists and astronomers say there's no evidence of this planet or any collision risk.
It's a theory widely rejected by experts. Now we all know
The government hasn't done anything good lately because it keeps hiding information. Should we trust them? What do you think?
In the car shots, the driver and another person are relaxing in the front seat, and everything appears normal.
If you know our channel, you know we never do anything normal. The rough shots say it all.
at first the street is empty, but seconds later a strange figure appears.
You see it in some frames, then it disappears. If I were there, I'd be terrified. In this footage, we see an arid, barren environment without the usual lushness of vibrant ecosystems. However, when the camera captures the scene, our attention is drawn to a subtle movement in the distance. A dark figure stands against a stark background. Is this mysterious figure the legendary Bigfoot? The individual who captured the footage believed so. Many in the paranormal community shared the same feelings. Some even pointed out that maybe it's a human. Personally, it's hard for me to say, but it seems very likely that it's a Bigfoot. The only problem here is that it's not really known if that's the case or not. There's much doubt and controversy about these images. What do you think? Could it be a person in a suit? Or is it really a Bigfoot greatest?